It's a beautiful Eagle Creek evening. Hi, I'm Jack Aiken from Caldwell Banker Styles with another episode of Hey Jack, where I answer your questions about pretty much anything. And today's question comes from my friend Brian, who says, Hey Jack, my wife and I are going to stay in again this weekend and binge watch movies, and we loved your recommendation last time, so what do you have for us now? Well, Brian, glad to help. Glad you loved the last recommendation. Like most guys my age, I grew up loving Westerns. Not just Westerns, I love great Westerns. And so I'm going to go back in my personal archives and pull up Shane from 1953, a movie actually older than me, if you can imagine that. And it is set in post-Civil War Wyoming, where the ranchers are trying to hang on to their way of life with open ranges, and the farmers who are moving in trying to eke out an existence who want to put up fences, and conflicts come about, and the ranchers are desperate to save their way of life, and they import gun thugs to intimidate and scare off the farmers who are bound and determined to stay. And in the beginning, the gun thugs are showing up trying to scare off the farmers, and Shane arrives unexpectedly, stops by the farm just to see if he can get some water. Dressed in buckskin with his guns. Shane, as a word, the word Shane comes from the Irish phrase meaning God is gracious. And as the movie goes on, you begin to wonder if God hasn't sent Shane to protect the farmers. Shane almost immediately bonds with the family, particularly the young son Joey, who looks at Shane in his buckskins with his 6 gun and sees him as a surrogate father, especially since his dad is slopping hogs and digging in the dirt, and Joey naturally gravitates to Shane. Shane also catches the eye of Joey's mom, and although it's never reciprocated, Shane's not immune to mom's charms. So as the conflict between the ranchers and the farmers goes on, Shane, desperate to find a new life other than being a gunfighter, gravitates towards the farmers and the inevitable conflict. Jack Palance is brought in by the ranchers as Jack Wilson, a gunman killer, to take it to the next step in running off the farmers. And there's an obvious clash coming between Shane and Wilson, and it becomes ultimately one of the great and most famous endings in the history of film. So there you have it, Shane, 1953. So when you're not watching movies, if you're thinking about buying or selling a home, give me a call, 317-947-4515. You can check out my website, jackaiken.com. That's jackaikin.com, where you can get a free home valuation, look at all the homes in Central Indiana, and learn a little bit more about me. So until then, be safe, be well, and enjoy movies of your choosing.